Hey, Patriots fans! We're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved New England Patriots. Before we jump in, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. This way, you'll stay updated and never miss any breaking news or exclusive content. The NFL world woke up buzzing with a headline that immediately set social media on fire. Quinnen Williams, one of the most dominant defensive tackles in the game, is officially a member of the New England Patriots. The deal between the Jets and the Patriots, two AFC East rivals with decades of tension and mutual dislike, has been confirmed, and it already feels like one of those rare trades that will be remembered for years to come. For Patriots fans, the arrival of a defensive force like Williams signals a new era, one where the defense is once again the beating heart of the team, a reminder of the dynasty days when opposing offenses dreaded going into Foxborough. For Jets fans, the news is a shock, a gut punch even, because Williams wasn't just a star player. He was their cornerstone, their identity, the guy who was supposed to lead them into the future. To see him in a Patriots uniform feels almost unreal, like waking up in an alternate NFL timeline. The league itself is stunned, with analysts scrambling to understand how such a blockbuster deal happened between two franchises that rarely, if ever, do business with each other. The timing of this trade adds another layer of intrigue to the story. The Jets, who have been building toward a supposed playoff run with a renewed roster and a defense meant to dominate, now look as though they've given away their most valuable chess piece at the exact wrong moment. Fans are asking why the front office would make such a move, and speculation is swirling about whether there were behind-the-scenes tensions with Williams, contract disputes, or perhaps even locker room politics that pushed this trade into reality. Meanwhile, the Patriots have been searching for a new identity ever since Tom Brady left, and while they've tried different quarterbacks and schemes, it seems Bill Belichick, or whoever is now pulling the strings in New England, has decided that winning starts once again with a ferocious defense. Quinnen Williams is tailor-made for that role, a player who can collapse the pocket, shut down the run, and command double teams on every snap. For years, fans said the Patriots needed that one guy up front to bring back their swagger, and now they may have found him. As the rumor mill churns, details of the actual trade are still slowly leaking out, and that's only fueling the mystery. What did the Patriots have to give up to pull this off? Early whispers suggest draft picks, possibly multiple high selections, but there are also mentions of a player or two being involved to balance out the deal. Some insiders are hinting that the Jets demanded more than just draft capital because of the rivalry factor. After all, sending a star to a hated divisional opponent isn't the kind of decision made lightly. The question is whether the Patriots overpaid or if they somehow managed to pull off one of the shrewdest moves of the decade. Either way, both fan bases are reacting with extremes. Patriots supporters are celebrating this as the start of a new dawn, while Jets fans are venting frustration and disbelief, flooding forums, podcasts, and talk radio shows with their outrage. Rivalries in the NFL are fueled by emotion, and this trade has added gasoline to a fire that was already burning hot. Now, attention is turning to what Quinnen Williams will look like in a Patriots defense that has prided itself on versatility, discipline, and tactical mastery. Williams is known for his brute strength and explosive first step, but in New England he will be asked to do even more: disrupt, adapt, and play a role in schemes that constantly shift to exploit opponents' weaknesses. This is the kind of challenge that excites elite players, and insiders are already saying Williams is motivated to prove himself in a new uniform, especially against the very team that traded him away. Imagine the atmosphere when the Patriots and Jets meet later this season, with Williams lined up across from the offensive line that used to protect him in practice. It's the stuff of sports drama, and the NFL schedule makers must be quietly thrilled at the storyline practically writing itself. For New England, this move says they're not content with mediocrity. They're not waiting around for a rebuild to unfold. They're taking bold swings now, and that is a statement that resonates far beyond Foxborough. There's also the psychological aspect of this trade to consider. For years, the Jets have lived under the shadow of the Patriots dynasty, often playing the role of underdog, the little brother in the rivalry. But over the last couple of seasons, with New England struggling to find its footing post-Brady, there is a sense that the balance of power might finally be shifting in the division. By sending Quinnen Williams to Foxborough, the Jets may have inadvertently flipped that script back, reigniting doubts about their ability to compete and fueling the narrative that they still can't escape the Patriots' shadow. For New England, though, this isn't just about football. It's about perception, about reminding the league that the Patriots are still here, still willing to be bold, still a team you can't count out. Williams represents that grit, that dominance, and that fear factor that has been missing since the days of Vince Wilfork commanding the defensive line. And for Jets fans, watching one of their own walk into the enemy's camp is almost unbearable, especially when the Patriots start celebrating him as their new star. The broader NFL community is already bracing for ripple effects. How does this trade impact the AFC East race? Does it make the Patriots instant contenders again, or does it merely buy them time to rebuild around a dominant defense? What message does it send to the rest of the league when two bitter rivals strike a deal of this magnitude? These are the kinds of questions dominating the talk shows, podcasts, and fan discussions across the country. The Patriots have been searching for a spark, something to jolt them back into relevance, and Williams might be that exact piece. Meanwhile, the Jets are left with a narrative they never wanted, that they blinked first, that they gave up their crown jewel, that they couldn't find a way to make it work. For the fans, this isn't just about X's and O's or cap space. It's about pride, about rivalry, and about watching a beloved player cross enemy lines. And as the dust settles, one thing is certain. This trade will be remembered as one of the boldest, most shocking moves in modern NFL history. The trade is being framed not just as a football move, but as a seismic cultural moment for both franchises, and that's where the second wave of analysis begins. For the Patriots, this is more than just about bolstering their defense. It's about signaling to the rest of the league that the dynasty may have taken a pause, but it's not dead. Quinnen Williams embodies dominance, and his presence is a declaration that New England still knows how to make bold moves that change the narrative. Patriots fans who have been searching for hope in a post-Brady era finally have a face to rally around on defense, a player who could anchor the team for years to come. It's almost poetic, the way the franchise has returned to its roots, building from the trenches out, just like in the early 2000s when Belichick's squads established themselves with suffocating defenses. The emotional weight of this trade isn't just felt in locker rooms and front offices. It's pulsing through fan bases, reigniting old rivalries, and sparking new debates about what it means to be a contender in the NFL's toughest division. For the Jets, the fallout is more complicated. Trading away Quinnen Williams is a move that will define this era for the franchise, for better or worse. If they can turn the draft picks or assets they received into foundational pieces, perhaps years from now fans will look back and say it was a painful but necessary sacrifice. But right now, that narrative feels distant, even impossible. What fans see instead is the face of their defense, the anchor of their line, walking away to the Patriots of all teams. It's the equivalent of giving your rival the sword that could one day cut you down. In New York, trust in the front office is fragile, and this move may fracture it completely if results don't come quickly. The Jets have been building momentum, whispering about a playoff push, maybe even contending with the Bills and Dolphins for divisional supremacy. Losing Williams changes that tone, and suddenly the optimism feels muted. Jets Nation, proud and loud as ever, is left trying to reconcile hope with heartbreak, watching their rival grow stronger while they wonder what went wrong. From the Patriots' perspective, the fit is tantalizing. Imagine a defensive front featuring Quinnen Williams absorbing double teams, freeing up linebackers and edge rushers to wreak havoc. New England's defensive schemes thrive on flexibility, disguising pressures and forcing offenses into mistakes, and Williams is the perfect piece to elevate that approach. He's not just a run stuffer or a pocket pusher. He's the kind of player who changes the math, who makes offensive coordinators rewrite their game plans entirely. For years, the Patriots' identity has been in flux, caught between a search for offensive stability and a longing for defensive dominance. With Williams in the fold, the blueprint becomes clearer. Control the line of scrimmage, frustrate quarterbacks, and win ugly if necessary. Patriots fans have always loved that gritty, smash-mouth style, and now they have a reason to believe it can return. It's a shift that could ripple through the entire AFC, forcing teams to rethink how they prepare for New England. The whispers are growing louder. Maybe the Patriots aren't rebuilding after all. Maybe they're reloading. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Football is never just about X's and O's. It's about stories, legacies, and the narratives that define franchises. The Williams trade is a perfect storm of drama because it involves one of the NFL's fiercest rivalries. Patriots versus Jets has always been about more than just football. It's about pride, about cities, about fan bases who despise each other with equal passion. By sending Williams to New England, the Jets have given this rivalry a storyline that could dominate the league for years. Every matchup between these two teams will now carry extra weight. Every sack by Williams against his old team will sting, and every win or loss will be magnified by the history of this trade. For the Patriots, it's a chance to reclaim the psychological edge that has long defined their dominance. For the Jets, it's a test of resilience, a question of whether they can overcome not just the loss of a player, but the symbolism of that loss. In the NFL, symbolism matters, and this trade is dripping with it. The national media is already dissecting every angle, but what's most fascinating is how players themselves are reacting. Around the league, stars are chiming in on social media, expressing shock, respect, or even subtle digs at the Jets for letting a talent like Williams go. Inside the Patriots locker room, early reports suggest players are energized, buzzing with excitement to line up alongside such a dominant force. Chemistry is always a question when a new superstar enters the fold, but Williams has a reputation for humility and hard work that should mesh perfectly with New England's no-nonsense culture. On the Jets side, the mood seems far more somber, with teammates expressing gratitude for the time spent with Williams, but also frustration that management would deal him away. These emotional currents matter because locker room belief is fragile, and trades of this magnitude can shift entire team dynamics. For the Patriots, it's fuel. For the Jets, it feels like a wound, and wounds don't heal quickly in the relentless grind of an NFL season. Ultimately, what makes this trade so electrifying is that it transcends football. It's about identity, rivalry, and the emotional heartbeat of the sport. Quinnen Williams wearing Patriots colors is a visual that will spark debates and fuel emotions for years, maybe even decades. It's the kind of move that reshapes how fans see both franchises, how players approach divisional matchups, and how the league itself tells its story. For New England, this is a bold reminder that they're still here, still fighting, still capable of pulling off a shocker that redefines the conversation. For New York, it's a painful reminder that progress is never guaranteed, that even the brightest stars can be traded away, and that rivalries are written in both triumph and heartbreak. As the season unfolds, the legacy of this deal will be tested on the field, in the trenches, where Williams will either validate the Patriots' gamble or leave both teams second-guessing their choices. Until then, the NFL world will continue buzzing, whispering, debating, and speculating, because that's what happens when a trade isn't just a trade. It's a story, a saga, a moment that will be remembered forever. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.